Hi there. Well, I've made a decision. After many years of shooting Nikon and then Nikon not keeping up with the autofocus system that you would find on Canon or Sony, and I sold all my Nikon equipment and I went to Canon. But all new equipment on Canon. So then I was doing a lot of race photography, 5Ks, 10Ks, that kind of stuff. And that was kind of bread and butter. I was making good money at that. COVID hit. All that kind of slowed down. Race promoters stopped hiring photography companies, which I was a stringer for, several, to do their races. So what happened was they went out and hired their own photographers for a much cheaper price and fewer photographers at a race than what they would get from a photography company. So where I was getting several $100s a race, sometimes $400 or $500 to shoot a race, that dropped to, $250 a race, which really wasn't enough sauce for me to continue. So where I'm at these days is doing mostly event photography. I do the Tampa Bay Spearfishing Challenge weigh-in. I do a whole bunch of work for the awesome original Second Time Arounders marching band, and I have some other gigs that I'm working on for some product photography and stuff like that. So in doing that over the last several months, I've actually been shooting with Fuji cameras. So yeah, it happened. I made the leap. I am selling all of my camera gear and moving into the Fuji because I don't need, for what I'm doing these days, what I'm shooting these days, I don't need an R3. I don't need the big, 70 to 200 and 300 millimeter lenses and the big monster 24 to 70. I can get by with much smaller cameras. This Fuji X-T5, this particular one, this is with the older version of the 23 f1.4 35 mil equivalent in full frame, and this is just great. This particular camera, the X-T5, is a 40 megapixel camera. I also have the X-T3, which is 26 megapixels, and I've been shooting with those cameras doing a lot of the rounder stuff, and it's done fine. I've shot on the X-T30 Mark III, the XC5, the X-T3, X-T5, and all kinds of Fuji cameras, and I'm loving them. I like the aesthetics of the, kind of old time dials and buttons. Everything's right there. No gimmicky search stuff. I really like it's pleasing. It brings me back to a better time. And the Fuji colors, I don't think anybody's going to argue that the Fuji colors are absolutely fantastic. Plus, you have the added bonus of the film simulations. I know that some people are, take them or leave them, but I happen to like them. I'm still shooting, JPEG and RAW, and it all works out. It all works out great. So that's kind of where I'm at these days. I'm jumping ship. Sorry, Canon. Love you. You got great equipment. It just doesn't work for me in my current environment. And why leave it sit and collect dust, right? Somebody out there's looking for that stuff at a good price, and so I'm going through MPB, which I've done tons of business with over the years. I trust them. I generally feel I get really good prices from them. I've bought a lot of equipment from them. Everything. I've never had an issue with anything I bought. It's a shameless plug for MPB, but I've never really had any issues with them. So that's where it's going. So so here I come, Fuji. So that's the news of the century right now. I'm running out of camera brands to go to. I don't know where I go after this. Maybe I go to Sony after this. Nah, I did Sony. I'm not going to Sony. I'm pretty happy with the Fuji gear I got right now. I like the Fuji. So, and that's what I'm going. 2028, heading to Japan, a tour of Japan, and taking the Fujis with, because you can't beat the Fujicron trinity of lenses. All very tiny, all very small, and you put that with this, 40 megapixel beast, and you got a pretty good small package, so it's going to be pretty good. So, yep, more to come. Japan 2028. So, here we go. Later.